Hey, everybody. Happy Easter. Hope you are fabulously fresh, awesome, and amazing. So, we have been camping for the last few days, which has been a whole heap of fun. We've come home. My style of camping is that we are able to come home and shower or go somewhere and shower and get all the dirt off us before we go back to the dirt. It's really kind of hilarious and funny. So what I wanted to say to you guys is really happy Easter Sunday. If you are in the States, it's almost happy Easter Sunday. Whatever it is that you are celebrating, however it is that you're celebrating, I trust that you're also able to be taking some time out and hopefully spending time with those who are important to you. So we've been hanging out with our kids. I had some friends over yesterday, and we've got hopefully some other family arriving later on today. Now, what I wanted to chat with you a little bit about just briefly is I've decided this morning, I've been thinking about this program that I do know the name of, but I'm not going to announce it just yet. I've decided that we're going to launch it on Wednesday. So the 24th of April, Australian time. So I'll share with you about that. I will actually put a time on it, but I'll let you know a little bit more about that later. But what I think is really interesting and really awesome is that, for you guys, is that sometimes there are things that have been going on in your past or things that you've done that we forget about, right? So one of the things for me that I really love, absolutely love doing is creating community and bringing people together. I love the fact that the people who tend to come through my stuff are always like-minded. They're always motivated. They're always inspired by each other. And the way that they always support each other is really, it's freaking inspiring. So rolling back to the last time I ran something like this. So this is going to be, it's like a mastermind / one-on-one hybrid program. There's live in-person things, there's online stuff. It's just like, it brings together everything that I love to facilitate and deliver, the way that I love to facilitate and deliver. And it's also the thing that I've noticed that's created the best, most sustainable results for the people who have come through it, whether it's around financial results, whether it's around sustainable marketing strategies, whether it's around whatever it is for them. Now, I know that the last time that I ran a mastermind hybrid such as this, it finished up towards the mid to late 2016. And there are a few different reasons why I haven't run one really since. And part of it, I had to take scale back the business and really evaluate some stuff and spend some time really focusing on home. Consequently, and then the other piece of that was like, consequently, it's like I got a bit gun shy, right? So here's the thing, you might notice this, like there's things that you've done in the past and then there's other circumstances that can kind of happen around it, and it can almost like throw you off your game, right? So it can create sometimes these negative associations with particular things. So if you've been hit on the head by a sticky tape roller, at some point you've got a gash in your head, you might start to look differently at a sticky tape roller. Now, a sticky tape roller is not a bad thing. It's just a thing, it's just a vehicle for getting the tape off and making your life easier, essentially, as you wrap presents and whatever else. But you might have had this negative association. So for me, there was like around this time, there were other circumstances going on, and I've had to work through, and I'm a huge fan of working through your own stuff, and I had to work through a bunch of beliefs and fears around running a program like this again, because, part of what I love is travel, and I know you guys really love to travel for work and for learning and stuff like that. So I've had to do a whole lot of rewiring. And by the time that I'd done that, I also realized that at the time back in the day when I ran it, I was probably on the tail end of coming into it or coming out of a burnout cycle. So to me, burnout is where it doesn't really matter what's going on in your world. It can just be kind of really hard for you to find the joy, the spark, the energy, the drive, and whatever else, even though things can be seemingly going well, to then add some new layers on can be reinvigorate some new layers can be kind of hard. So where I'm going with this is that when I was looking at a few weeks ago, I was kind of thinking, what do I feel like? What do I feel like sharing? What do I feel like doing? What do I feel like teaching and facilitating? And I had this moment come back to me around, what it was that I've done in the past. I'm like, man, that'd be so much fun to run again. Not only is it fun, but the friendships that were created in this time, yes, the financial results, the marketing, the connection, and things like that. But most of all, it was incredibly transformational. And I look at the people that were in the program, or programs that I used to run, and I look at what they're doing now, and they are still kicking massive goals. They are doing the work that they feel really called to do, that's really aligned for them, that's, obviously fun, and they're just out there still to this day shooting the lights out, living their purpose and doing amazing, amazing things. Some of the people have kind of like reinvented and evolved, but a lot of the stuff that they've learned, I can see, is still similar, or the way that they are doing things is really similar to how we did them back then. So what I guess I wanted to talk about was that sometimes the way that you used to do things needs to be kind of like burned to the ground and be dead and buried and be completely gone and never to be resurrected again. And then other times, if you're looking back and you're like, wow, like look at those people that came through those things and look at what they're doing. Sometimes it's important to kind of like reinvigorate and bring some of that old stuff back. But you've got to make sure that it's got a new shine on it, right? It's got to be something that can be really, really amazing. So there was a car show here on Friday, actually show and shine. And so like all the classic cars were out, and some of them were a bit like, eh. And then others were like old cars, but they looked absolutely stunning. The high gloss paint and the character in some of these old cars is just really, really, really cool. So that's a really great example of some really like some old stuff that could be, left to the scrap heap, or you bring some of that back and you find the joy and the spark in that. So sometimes it's really, you don't really need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes it's about just using what's already there, what you've already got, things that you've already seen to reinvigorate and move forward. So that's really that for today. Like I said, I am excited. We're going to launch, I'm going to share this, open up the doors essentially to this new program on Wednesday, the 24th of April. Can't wait to share that with you. I've had some messages about it already, and I've had some comments on other things. One of the girls has said like just constantly refreshing feed. I will let you know it is coming. I am putting the final sparkle on it, right? That really high, the wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, making sure that it's going to give you guys exactly what it is that I know you want, as well as what it is that I know you need, that's going to be able to create long-term financial sustainable results, but also most importantly from an energetic perspective, that it has you being able to constantly being able to tap into you, the work that you're here to do, your purpose, and being able to propel that out into the world and the stratosphere, so that you're able to really use this no matter what it is that you're doing. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Happy Easter. I will speak with you all tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll definitely be Tuesday, as I let you know a little bit more about what's going on. The bonuses are off the wall. I'm really excited about them. Can't wait to talk with you guys tomorrow. Happy Easter.